episode of South African Homesteader. So today I'm going to be repotting my mulberry plants, which I've grown from seed. Everything has just grown so beautifully. I'm even proud of my orchid, which I've had for 2 years and seemed like it was dead, and I nurtured it, and see here, it grew a whole. I actually cut the old stem completely because it was just dead. So I cut the old stem off here, and it was stemless for the past year and a half, and then all of a sudden a few months ago it started growing the stem, about a month ago, 2 months ago, and then now I have 4 little florets of orchids, and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buds, and 2 that is sticking out the seed on the other side as well, or 1 that's sticking out the seed. So I'm very proud of all of this. So like I said, I've actually got 3 of these, and this is the only one that has started flowering. But as I've said before, let's get into it. Let's start planting. So as I've said, this is just seed starting mix, which is a mixture of peat moss and my vermiculite. I haven't watered this because I knew I was going to, and as you know, as in previous videos, I have said that I do not like to water the day before or even a few days before, because it's just easy to take it out of these pots when it's dry. So what I'm going to do is, because this is, I'm taking this, and because it's quite young, I try and keep it out of the sun. But what I'm going to be putting in here is, I'm just putting in this is just a mulch layer. It's just something to fill the pot. There's some sticks in here and some leaves, and it's just so that I don't use too much soil. So I will start by filling this pot. Also, this will provide nice drainage at the bottom so that the roots don't eventually get stuck in. And I use this little stool so that, because I don't want to bend so much. So I'm filling it with about halfway. Because remember, this will not remain in this pot. I'm planting it in here because when eventually I plant it in its permanent home, it hopefully will not be here. It will hopefully be on my small holding, which is taking quite a time to pass. No, which is taking quite a time to be transferred. So I'm having to, and which is why I've had to have all these planter boxes made by my husband, because everything has just delayed and taken a toll on all of us, because we are waiting and every time. So yes, so I've filled it up till about here with and remember, this will also break down and provide nutrients into the, because please don't put any green matter in at the bottom. Only use dry leaves or dry sticks, because if you put anything green in there, it's going to be pulling some of the nitrogen. It's going to start fighting with the plant roots for nitrogen, and that will be a bit heavy on the plant growing. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to get some soil. Sorry, these soil bags are so heavy. So okay, so I've added some nice rich composted soil in here. And I'm not going to be adding any fertilizer because the plants are so small that it's so easy to over fertilize. So once the stems are a bit firmer and they have settled down in the spot, I will then, after about, I think it will be, I'll probably fertilize them in about 2 to 3 weeks time, and I won't be fertilizing them before because there is enough nutrients in this little bit of composted soil. I'm going to be adding some water to this. And make sure when you add the water that the water drains all the way through before you plant your little mulberry bush seedling. I always just do this so that the water moves. I take the pot and I just, if it's light enough. So I'm going to be leaving that now for a little bit so that the water can run all the way down through that. And what I do, I'm a little bit OCD, so what I do, I always keep a bucket of water and a cloth, so whenever I'm done doing anything to do with soil, then I wash my hands. Once the water have thoroughly drained through this, I will then take my little mulberry seedlings and I will pop it out of this. But now I must be very gentle because they're still so fragile. And you can see the roots at the bottom. It's very dry because I haven't been watering it. I've been scared to water it. I will now be trying to break these into 3 plants, which is quite easy when it's dry. You may have a problem if it's damp. And there you go. So I'll make a little hole here. See, these ones, these 2 are stuck, so I'll just, because it's the adventitious roots, I'll just pull them apart because there's enough of those roots around. And I'll put it nicely into the soil. It will really be appreciating the moisture that it's going to be getting from the soil now. Also, when you fill your pot, I find that it's for me it works better if the pot isn't filled to the brim with soil, because then when you give it a nice deep watering as it gets older, then the water doesn't spill over the edges. Because the actual root ball is a bit dry, I just add a little bit of water just where the root ball is to move down. And here you go. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so these are my mulberry bushes or seedlings, hoping to grow them into bushes, and these I will keep out of the direct sun for now because they are still fairly young. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually be popping them into my, I have a section where I have polycarb, see-through polycarb, and it has a nice warm temperature inside of there, but it doesn't have direct sunlight because the leaves are still very tender. Okay, so that is me planting and potting up my mulberry seedlings. I hope it can be of help. Remember, I only had out of the 5 seeds that I ordered, I only actually got 3 seedlings from them. So the germination rate would be what? 5 times 20 is 100, so 3 times 20. So I only had a 60% germination rate, which I think is quite good, because these seedlings grow into nice big bushes, and I cannot wait to plant this on my little small holding once I get there, if I even get there, because everything seems so up in the air right now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to be notified of any new videos, please do not hesitate to click on the bell button. If you found this at all interesting or helpful, then click on the like button and subscribe to the channel. We would so much appreciate it, because remember, right now my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I am way off from there. So please do not hesitate to help me in my journey, and please put a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from all of you. From me, Haria at South African Homesteader. May Allah bless you until our next video.